A smart way to add fragrance to the air. Welcome back to Techstination. I'm Fred Fishkin. Joining us from Pura Fragrance, Pura, is Ken Frei, Principal Product Manager. Hi, Ken.
Hey, Fred, how are you? Thanks for having me this morning.
Well, thanks for joining us. And let's start out with a little bit of background about the company. Tell us about it.
Great. Yeah, so Pura, we are a smart home fragrance company. So we produce both devices or fragrance diffusers that allow people to fill their homes or their spaces with fragrance. And then we also have a marketplace of over 300 different fragrances. And we actually make a lot of those in-house. So we have an in-house fragrance team that produces those. And we partner with a lot of well-known brands like Capri Blue or Anthropologie or Studio McGee to produce a lot of people's favorite fragrances. And we've been in business since 2014. So it's been a really great ride, and people seem to like what we're doing. So we're excited about that.
And on the market now is the Pura 4 Smart Fragrance Diffuser. And this can work with an app. Tell us about it. Give us the description.
Yeah, so the Pura 4, it's the next product in our line of wall diffusers that people will just plug into their wall. So it just plugs into an outlet. This has been our hero product really since the beginning of the company. And so Pura 4, like I said, is the latest release of that. And the thing that's really exciting about it is we've been able to add a lot of innovation that hasn't been existed previously in the fragrance market. So with Pura 4, we have what's called smart scent technology. So our vials, our fragrance vials, you can plug them in. The device will automatically recognize what scent that is, and it optimizes that scent to the size of space that you have in your home. It knows how that specific scent diffuses, and so it can lengthen the life of that scent. It can understand the ambient temperature in your room to optimize the scent as well. And so it provides just a very customized, personalized experience for our customers. And we're just really excited about how people are enjoying it so far.
And it can work with an app. Tell me about how that comes together.
Yeah, and so you can control the device from your phone. And so you just, once you set up the device, you plug it in, you'll download our app and it'll walk you through an onboarding experience, which is very easy to do. And then you can control the intensity from your phone of the fragrance. You can set up schedules or timers so that it's diffusing when you want it to. You can also set it as away mode. So if you were to leave the house, that way it's not just diffusing fragrance when you're not there and wasting it. And so it just gives you full control over how you scent your space.
Really interesting. And the vials, you mentioned you have a pretty wide variety. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah. So as I mentioned earlier, like one of the things that really sets us apart from other people in the fragrance space is that we have our own in-house fragrance team, and so they're working all the time creating new scents. And they go. This is a box of one of our vials, so they're pretty small. But you plug one of those in to the device, and those vials last 2 weeks. And so each device can hold two vials, and so that'll last you about a month, of fragrance. And as I mentioned, we develop a lot of our own fragrances in-house. We have some of the best fragranciers in the industry who are, developing those scents. It's one of the things that we have all our employees do is go through a fragrance training, and it's really fun to go sit down with our in-house fragrance teams and learn about the different notes, that are go into each scent, learn about the development of each of those scents. And so we're always developing new ones. And then we have partnered with a lot of well-known brands. So as I mentioned, like Capri Blue or Anthropologie or Studio McGee. And sometimes they already have scents that they have developed that they have used in, either candles or other fragrance products or something. And so we will work with them to translate that into one of our fragrance vials that can be diffused through a Pura diffuser. And so a lot of people really like that because it allows them to control with our smart device those scents that they have come to know and love. And then the other thing that people have just really loved about our fragrance vials is that we care a lot about safety. And so all of the ingredients that go into all of our fragrances are clean and safe. And so if you have kids or pets or anything like that, you can, rest easy knowing that your home or your space will smell good, but that there's no toxic chemicals or anything in there that would harm any of your loved ones. So yeah, that's how that works.
And the app would let you control multiple diffusers if you have them in different rooms in the house?
Yes, correct. So you can control as many diffusers as you have. So I have several in my home. And so as you onboard those into the app, they all just appear in a list. And so you can always see what fragrances are in any of those devices and which ones are running, which ones aren't. And like I said, you can set it up so they're each running off of a schedule. So if you're a set it and forget it person like I am, you can set it up, you can set a schedule, and you can set it so that when you wake up in the morning, it will start, diffusing. Maybe you go to work and so it stops diffusing. And then when you're coming home, it's scented and ready for you to come into a pleasant atmosphere when you get home. If you have a different schedule, you can do that. And all of that is controllable right within the app.
Yeah, I read some research not too long ago that seemed to indicate that fragrances, like during the night while you're sleeping, uh, can be really good for your brain health. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that, and that's we have like loved seeing some of that research come out. It seems like new studies are done all the time that just show the positive benefits of fragrance and scent on how we feel, on how our brain works, like you said. And so we have a lot of folks who do set schedules that run through the night. They'll have one of our diffusers in the room, and it will, scent their space at night to take advantage of the benefits that you talked about. I mean, we've also seen studies that talk about the benefits of scent and fragrance on performance, and or waking us up and helping us feel energized. And so, because we have so many different fragrances and different types of fragrances, if you're trying to take advantage of some of those benefits, you can find things that work for you and that help you feel better, and set those up on a schedule to optimize your day and help you have the best scenting experience.
What are some of the most popular scents that you have?
Well,
Maybe it changes by season, but
it certainly does. There are seasonal fragrances. So right now we're, coming into the fall, and so people are really enjoying like pumpkin and spice type scents that go with the fall season. Year round, one of our most popular scents, in fact, our most popular scent is the volcano scent by Capri Blue, and that's kind of a citrusy scent. We have several different citrus scents that people really, really like. One that we make ourselves is called Yuzu Citron, and it's a citrus scent. I don't remember off the top of my head all the notes that are in there, but orange and very bright scents. One of my personal favorites is a sage scent, and I actually brought home some of those vials, and I have a diffuser in each of my girls' bedrooms. They're all very excited about having those in their room and getting to choose the scents that go in their room. And they just happened to pick up a sage scent that I had never smelled before myself, and I wasn't sure if I would like it. And now every night as they're going to bed, that kicks on, and it just reminds me of being out in the desert and just kind of that like fresh, like I don't know, desert sage smell. So we just have a lot of variety, and so really there's a scent for everybody.
what I like is the ability to control the intensity, really.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be this overwhelming scent that hits you when you walk into a room. It can be very subtle.
Yeah, and we do allow, like you mentioned, everybody to control how strong or light they want it to be. And again, it's really a personal preference, but we have some folks that want it to hit you right as you walk in a room, and so they have it very strong and powerful. Other folks are very sensitive to that and prefer it to be subtle. And so with any of the scents, you can set it to the intensity that you want, and you can change it, very easily. So one of the things that we do is if we know we have guests coming over and we want our home or our space to feel clean and fresh, then we'll crank up, the Pura device to a strong intensity, and just help get the room like full of scent, and then we can turn it down once we feel like it's at the right level. So it is nice to have that control. And that's one of the things that really is different than some of the other ways to scent your room. If you have a candle or an aerosol spray or something like that, different ways people use to scent their room, you can't control the intensity. You get what you get. And so it's nice to be able to control the strength of that fragrance. And then, like I said, also feel confident knowing that all of the ingredients in those fragrances are clean and safe.
I was going to say that some of the other methods may not be quite as safe.
Yeah, certainly not. And it's just, that's one of the innovations in fragrance that we have, really put a lot of time and energy and investment in, is having great smelling fragrances that are clean and safe and that people can feel confident having in their home.
Tell us about availability and pricing.
Yeah, so our Pura 4 device, like I said, which is our latest device, you can buy that as a single device for $49.99. And you can also build a set. So a set is the device plus 2 or more fragrances. And so each of the fragrances, runs anywhere from $8, $9, $10 to $20. And so you can choose which ones that you want and add that to your set. We also offer discounts if people subscribe. So one of the things that's really nice is, like I said, each device holds 2 fragrances. And so you'll put that in, and that'll last about a month. If you subscribe, monthly, you can get, refills for those fragrances. And so we have pricing discounts for folks if they do subscribe. And every month that new fragrance vial package will show up, and you can replace that and refresh it. So yeah, $49.99 for the single device, and then add, $10 to $20 on top of that, depending on what fragrances you add.
And you also have devices for the car, right?
We do. So we have a car device, and we launched that this year. It's been really exciting to see that, really take hold in the market and have people get excited about it. So it's a pretty small device. I don't have one right in front of me here, but you can set it just right in your cup holder. And the thing that's nice about it is, again, you can control all aspects of it. So you choose the scent that you want to go in there. You can control the intensity. You can control when it comes on or when it doesn't. Previous solutions to the car, usually you're hanging something from your rear view mirror or something, and it's just scenting all the time. So, with this, gives you a lot more control for when it's scenting and how strong. And people have loved getting to take all the fragrances from our fragrance marketplace and, not just have that in their home, but also have that on the go with them in the car.
They're using the same vials?
It is a different vial for the car. So for the car, we have it's like a little round disc, and it slides in. It was a slightly different form factor that we had to do to get a device that worked better for the car. We are working on a couple other devices that will, be coming out next year for different size spaces, different places that people would like to scent. And those will be the same vials as, our traditional wall plug-in products, but the car has its own special cartridges.
Terrific. For more info, where should folks go?
So yeah, go to pura.com. We would love people to go there and check out our site and see, again, the devices we have, all the fragrances that they might be interested in. And then you can obviously find us on all the major social media platforms as well for some fun content and just to see a lot of the new innovation and fragrances that we're working on all the time. We're always posting those.
Terrific. Again, it's pura.com. Ken Frei, thank you for spending time with us.
Thanks, Fred. Appreciate it.